Coming up on tonight's broadcast, crackers, curries, chinks, nignogs and boongers. When it comes to comedy, is racism the new black? We take you from Billy T to Brotown. And are your private phone calls someone else's entertainment? We infiltrate a southern scanner party and meet a man who draws what he hears. It's voyeurism gone so mad, it's mental. Good evening, kia ora, whakarongo. From Billy T to Brotown to Borat, racial piss-taking is a long-established tradition in the world of comedy. But when does race-based humour become racist? Tonight on EML, we pretend to take an in-depth look at the moral maze of race-based comedy, while basically wallowing in a stereotypical smorgasbord of boongers, chinks, hories, and white maggots.
So we talk about poms.
Butter chicken or hooka mooka pooka?
Coconuts.
Curry muncher.
Ding dong, ching chong, ting chong.
Don't mind being called bummy bastard.
I mean, I refer to my partner as a wog.
Casey.
Race-based humour has been with us a long time, but it hasn't always been funny.
I know what brought about all this hoo-ha. You've been reading those Maori novels again, haven't you?
Oh, man. If I was a brain surgeon, I'd get overtime working on you.
Race gives you a wonderful topic to take the mickey out of people, etc. I mean, I refer to my partner as a wog, and my children as woglets and this sort of thing. But I cop it back. It's fun. It's fun to point up our differences. And Billy T. James, of course, was the great exponent in this country. Marvellous man.
The cops in Auckland are on the lookout for a man believed to be masquerading as a Maori language teacher. One of his students became suspicious when he told her that the Maori word for food was takeaway. And that the kotanga was Maori for car aerial. You heard, Casey?
No, he said, if that is so, then why you make love to my missus?
Tequila.
Like Billy T, today's comedians are also cashing in on stereotypes.
I thought I'd start by doing a wee Māori song. Any Māoris in tonight?
I guess if it is mostly based around, yeah, me being in that sort of stereotypical type situation, because, you know, that's where it gets a lot of laughs. People think that that's what's going on, so, you know, rub it in their face and they go, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he owes me a new car. All my iwis behind bars.
Have you ever had any grief because of that?
Mike Kingslady was the first person to give me a little bit of grief, a little bit about it, and I wasn't too sure she was serious or not, but we got the conversation over, and I just basically said to her, yeah, those lines, you can't take the piss out of anyone until you take the piss out of yourself, and obviously I'm not white, so I've got to start with the Māori.
Did that bus driver, man, just say that we're just about to go through Tanyanga, Karoa, Tamatia, Pikimona, Horonuku, Poka, Whenua, Kitalatau. She says, no, the bus driver's got a stutter, we're going through T-Rail. So, got up and came in here.
Here we go. It's the gentleman we know in the business as the Mad Maori. Doesn't speak much English, but please welcome the Mad Maori, Junior Johnson.
But if you think Gish is cashing in on stereotypes, then check out Junior Johnson, now known as Junior Tuatara, seen here in action in Blackpool, England.
Tēnā koe, how to keep the butter chicken or hooka mooka pooka? Tēnā koe, makahaya. Bloody hell, hiya. Good evening, whites. Say good evening, you wog.
Raybon Khan, in Asian, has also played the race card to great effect.
And then I get this urge from time to time to leap in the air
and kick people in the head. And, you know, but I stop myself. I say, there has been too much queuing. Don't make me queue again.
If I use these stereotypes, am I just ingraining them? But I sort of think I am actually doing something good.
Like Raybon Khan, Chang Hung is of Oriental descent. But while he makes people laugh, he's not exactly a comedian. He's employed by The Edge as a sort of Asian in residence, a professional butt of disc jockey japery.
Oh, it's because he's a Muslim. You got to stop your Sid, and he doesn't know how to speak English.
So a lot of the jokes that they tell about you are race-based?
Well, yeah, most of them are. So, like, I'll say something, and then I mispronounce it. Like, I can't say pook. Like, pook. Like,
Poke?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't say that. For some reason, it's pook.
I think Indian people find about Chinese, their cooking smells really funny. I think a lot of Indian people always say this, oh, this cooking's really funny, you know, funny smelling. And another one is they're quite, it's the irony about this one, in fact, it's funny because Indian people like to say that Chinese people are tight, but don't look in the mirror and see for themselves.
You look very beautiful. Are you married?
Taran and Raj, better known as those Indian guys, have developed a highly successful stage act that relies heavily on racial stereotypes.
People will think that I've blown my nose on my trousers.
People find it funny. We talk like this, people find it funny.
Yeah.
They pay to come see.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we've also found, like in our show, we'll do that, and then in the first 5-10 minutes of the show, people laugh at accent. But then after, you know, after 10 minutes of the show, they've adjusted to it.
And they've realised that, well, this is a reality.
And we can't have an audience laughing at us for a whole hour just because we talk like this. You know, there's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah.
Lucky for him, I'm a good little traditional Indian girl who likes to clean everything that comes in my way. Because basically, I'm an uptight control freak.
Racism is such a... The problem with racism is that it exists, man.
And
it
I think
exists, and it exists in New Zealand, and there is racism towards Indians. Indians are racist towards white people.
But it's inherent in everyone.
But everybody is racist to a greater and lesser degree, and
I don't think they even know they're doing it.
But sometimes they do know they're doing it. Take British racist comedian Bernard Manning, for example.
They're not fuck out of them blacks, you know, not they? They think they're English because they're born here. That means if a dog's born in a stable, it's a fucking horse, is it? I've never heard such fucking nonsense.
Shoo! Handy, Dicknog.
But the Brits have also given us gentler race-based humour, like the classic Love Thy Neighbour.
This is no joke, Wana. It's a long time since I tasted white man's meat.
And of course, we have our own race-based comedy hit, Brotown.
Yesterday, a miracle happened at the exclusive Morningside Club, where for the first time in its ivy-covered history, it's allowed a brown person to join. Carol.
We as a club wanted to reflect the changing face of New Zealand. I mean, look at you. You're brown, and you're not in jail.
Mr. Papello, what a pioneering moment. You must feel over the moon.
There's lots of things I feel, and I wish one of them was your bum. Yeah, pew, pew.
Brotown is hugely popular. But here at Auckland University, there's someone who doesn't find the show very funny at all.
A program like Brotown, which has different audiences and has different effects, for the mainstream, as I said, it will portray this negative stereotyping which promotes racism. And for our young Pacific kids, it provides a negative instance of role modelling of their own culture. So when they turn on the TVs in prime time television, all they see is Brotown, and so they think, oh, it's cool to be like that. It's cool to talk like that. But when you're an ethnic minority, that'll lead you spiralling downwards.
Dr. Melanie Ane.
Yeah.
Oscar's mate. Oscar's mate.
There's Dr. Melanie
Oh,
Anal.
yeah. Did you guys just go to high school or something?
I think I bullied her.
Did you bully her?
Yeah.
Did you take her lunch?
What I think has happened is that Oscar and the team have fallen into, innocently into a bind in which Brotown has now become only depiction of Pacific people on prime time television.
Hey, Sully, you can't even speak in your own language. You can't get support. What sort of Samoan are you?
I'm sick and tired of the good work that a lot of people like myself are doing in trying to, you know, change those negative stereotypes of who we are.
There's the text that you'll listen to on the tape and on the television, but if you play segments of it backwards, it all has messages like, "You are a good Polynesian.
Yeah, have a nice day.
You are a good Polynesian.
You are somebody. We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
You love yourself.
Go to work today."
Yeah.
For you, what is the worst moment of Brotown that you've seen? What's the worst stereotype that you've seen portrayed?
Well, to be honest, I don't watch. I mean, I've watched a few programs, and then I just, you know, didn't want to watch anymore.
But, you know, it's pretty rich for someone to get offended about how Polynesians are portrayed when we pretty much give that treatment to everybody. And why should you think that your people are above, you know, reproach when we are like that about every race?
Māoris,
Pākehā, Indian, Māori.
Chinese,
I think Māori get it pretty bad.
Indians.
You don't hear them jumping. Well, actually, you do.
We do, yeah.
You got mad skills, girl.
We go shopping. You want to come? Pardon, what did she say?
Do you want to come shopping?
You want to come shopping? Is the Pope a Catholic?
And then is Muhammad the prophet of mercy?
I guess some people, the criticism would be some people would say that you're a humorless, self-righteous, up on your high horse academic who's basically shitting on Pacific people who are doing a good job.
And I've already pointed out to you that I'm not. I have said that I congratulate Oscar and the team for making it. And we're so few and far between, those of us who have made it and successful, that we celebrate all of us. My point I was making is that it's media's focus and hype. I mean, you see Brotown on the backs of buses and everywhere. You know, why can't we see Tangata Pacifica on the backs of buses?
Because nobody wants to watch Tangata Pacifica.
Exactly, and that's my point.
Oh, I'm gonna join the school Samoan group. You think you're Peter Wharialufa? You heard, Casey?
But jokes don't work unless they hone in on points of difference. Well, they do, but, you know, they work best to take the mickey about points of difference, and race is such a good one.
You know the one that old "Why don't Indians play soccer"? Have you heard that one? Get a corner, they build a dairy on it.
Do you know that Indians have a joke about Chinese? How do Chinese people find out what they call their children?
Yes, I do.
Do you know about this joke?
Yep, so they just go into a stairwell and just throw their cutlery and just go ding dong, ching chong, ching chong. Yeah.
There's a whole shitload of my Tahu jokes, but I ain't gonna tell you any of them.
Do you know any good Palangi jokes?
Two white guys walk into a dairy.
Oh, Dave's got one. Let's go. I got. There's this Palangi guy, and he's at home, and then his daughter comes home, and she's crying. She's about all of 8 years old, and she's crying. He goes, "What are you doing?" Sits her on his lap. He says, "What's wrong? What's wrong? Tell me why you're crying." She goes, "I had this day in after school today." And he says, what happened? He says, Mr. Thing made me go to the front of the class. I said, "Oh, then what happened?" "He made me sit on his lap." And what happened then? He raised my skirt a little bit. And he said, "What happened then?" "I can't remember." And he goes, "Oh, make something up for fuck's sake." That's a honky joke.
Still to come, the latest craze sweeping the South Island, the Scanner Party, some weird goings-on in Wanganui, and Peter Jackson has a bad dream. Listening in to other people's conversations has always been fun, and thanks to technology, it's never been easier. Scanners used by the police and other professionals have become popular amongst voyeurs who can listen into anything from marine rescues to personal cell phone calls. In fact, in some parts of the country, scanner parties are now more popular than book clubs. And joining us now live with that story is our South Island correspondent, Wallace Chapman. Where the fuck are you now, Wallace?
Good evening.
Jeremy, I'm outside. I'm in Dunedin, and I'm outside a house. This is in Grant Street, and it is the site of the first police scanner party, which was held 3 years ago. And I was actually privileged to be at the very first scanner party in Dunedin, and it's quite a unique sort of event where people sit round listening on a Friday night or whatever night, and listening to a handheld scanner in the middle of the room.
Is this peeping Tomery becoming a trend? I mean, a lot of people would say it's kind of pervy, a little bit sad. I mean, I find it particularly sad. Actually, it is sad. It's very sad. You're sad.
Sad, peeping Tom. It is. Maybe it's sad to us, Jeremy, but to some people, you know, it's the ultimate in voyeurism. I mean, it's the best talkback you could ever have. I mean, Michael Laws or John Tamaheri couldn't even approach this. I mean, this is listening in on conversations as they happen. You know, breakups, cycle accidents, major accidents. It's quite a unique type of listening experience. So yeah, they love it.
Is this going on behind you now, Wallace?
It's happening now. In fact, I'm outside. The scanner party is going on. There's about sort of 7 or 10 people. The scanner party just started, and so I'm gonna go on in and join the police scanner party.
Godspeed.
Yeah, it is entertainment, but then it's sort of like the entertainment of people at a party who are doing things that they're not necessarily going to remember very clearly the next day.
Suggests the water coming in the back transit door. Obviously stand down as well when it's run up on the rock.
Well, it can be sad, but I mean, then there can be lots of fun stories as well.
Well, where the fuck are you? What do you mean, where the fuck am I? So you're over at Wendy's, biggest fucking troll of the Hey, I said I'll be away from Wendy's by 9 p.m. and head over to your house. Why are you calling? Bitch, look, I was over at Wendy's. What are you trying to say? Fuck off.
I mean, it was real, and it provoked a lot of conversation amongst the rest of us. Who was right? Who was wrong? Was that guy right to do what he did? Was she right to do what she did?
You're dealing with other people's lives, not yourself. That's why reality TV is so popular, because you can kind of experience it vicariously.
The way I see it is that they were going to break up anyway. And yeah.
It's real life, it's real emotions, it's what's happening now, locally.
Well, we've got to sort it out. Well, nothing ever does get sorted, does it?
Meet Richard Lua. He's an artist who spent 2 months in Wanganui listening to a scanner and then drawing what he heard. The result was an acclaimed exhibition and a book called Good Night.
They're just really varied conversations, whether or not there was intruders, car accidents, drug busts, just a whole range of different things that you could hear. And I did that for 2 months. And over the time, you sort of got to know the actual people that were talking on the scanner as well. And, you know, sometimes I'd imagine what they would look like, so I'd draw them. And the drawings were done, I tried to do them as long as the conversation was going on. Like if there was an accident, I'd try to actually draw it just as long as it was being reported about. Well, there's just lots of domestic accidents that have happened. So, like, in this particular time, a baby got injured.
I think it's an iron.
Schoolboy downtown that's, you know, sort of acting up and he's harassing some girls.
Well, it's about 16, he's been going up to women, talking about the pussies.
There's quite a lot of sort of animal maiming and hurting going on by kids.
Because it's a bleak place, Wanganui, eh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It is, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy that aspect of it. I like small towns and I love what goes on in small towns, and that's why, you know, I went to Wanganui and it was brilliant to make art. Then like a lady kept on ringing back and she kept on hearing noises outside her window and the police went back about 4 or 5 times, but it was actually just a hedgehog.
And you can see Richard Lewis's work at the Te Tuhi Gallery in Pakuranga, Auckland. Still to come, more classic racist humour, and Peter Jackson has a nightmare. To the Celebrity Body Parts Index now, and Britney's boobs and bits go ballistic in the Women's Day. Even Nana's Hag Mag is having a minge meltdown, Jean Wishart. Candy gets her finger out in New Idea Hen Party Hell. Knees out for lads, it's Jackie Brown in the TV Guide. And Baini Marama's bald... Oh no, that's Rambook, sorry, that's the other one.
Oh, you're Peter Jackson! Mr. Jackson, I just want to say what a huge fan I am.
Come on, mate. You can dispense with the mister.
Thank you, Peter. Gosh, your films are just...
My mates call me Petey.
Oh, okay. Petey?
But you're obviously a little different. Special.
Special?
And that's why I'm going to let you call me by my special name. Sweetie Petey Feety.
I don't think I should.
I mean, we're both grown-ups.
I gotta go because there's this thing I gotta do.
I understand. We're obviously moving way too fast. So who do I make it out to?
No, I don't want an autograph.
What about a kiss then? A kiss like we both mean it. Our tongues knotted together like wet rope. I just had the most awful nightmare. I dreamt that New Zealanders loved me.
But they do.
Yeah, but in the dream, I love them right back.
And that's our show. Coming up next week, a celebration of our nation or just media masturbation. It's the 3rd annual EML Awards.
From all of us here at Eating Media Lunch. What the fuck are you looking at, asshole?
I'm just looking at you.
You look like a real asshole. Asshole. Look at your hair. Hey, I know a good racist joke.
What? What is it?
How long does it take a white woman to have a shit?
How long does it take a white woman to have a shit?
9 months. Down by the riverside.
At number 58, from 1984, it's the Billy T. James Show.
Telescope. Here we are. Right here, Joe. Here we are. That mirror. Yeah.
Musket. Musket. Hey, bang.
Drink.
This show was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.